Hi writers, I'm Jessica Quinn from Couple Books, and today I want to talk about Nanowrimo, or specifically how I prep for Nanowrimo. For those of you not in the know, Nanowrimo stands for National Novel Writing Month. It is a writing event that takes place every November in which everyday people like you and me pledge to write a 50,000 word novel in 30 days. Yes. Writing a 50,000 word novel in 30 days may sound ambitious, and it is. It may also sound impossible, which it isn't necessarily, depending on how you write and what your schedule looks like and whether you want to prioritize NaNoWriMo or not. Now you may be wondering why I'm talking about NaNoWriMo when I just said it's something that happens in November, and it's still September last time I checked. Most people who have never heard about NaNoWriMo and might want to participate find out about NaNoWriMo in the middle of November. I felt like this is a video that needed to be made at least a month in advance, just so those folks who would normally hear about NaNoWriMo in the middle of November might actually have the opportunity to hear about it before November starts. So now that we've clarified what NaNoWriMo is, I want to talk about how I personally prep for NaNoWriMo. Some folks don't prep at all. They just come up with an idea the night before, the day of, and roll with it, and they are able to get a 50,000 word novel out of that. I have tried doing that, and it doesn't usually work for me. So usually before I even come up with an idea, I go through my many nooks and crannies in my room where I hide writing supplies and pull it out and get it ready. Notepads, lined note cards, caffeinated tea, my headphones, my laptop, which I use a lot during NaNoWriMo. I'm somewhat between a strict plotting plotter and a fly by the seat of your pants pantser. I do a little of both. Right before NaNoWriMo 2009, I learned about a method of outlining called the note card method. Basically, you take a stack of blank note cards and you write down as many scenes as you can think of. Some of these scenes will be scenes you know you have to have in your novel in order for it to be the story you want it to be. And some of them are scenes that may have absolutely nothing to do with the novel, but you feel it would be really fun to write them. Once you've got a good, sizable stack of scenes, you go through them and sort of figure out how these scenes would fit in a story chronologically. When I write my stories on my laptop, I like to use Scrivener, which is a writing program that was developed by writers and people who were interested in NaNoWriMo. And there's actually a setting where you can see note cards and organize them digitally. As with outlining, I've found that I write better when I just sort of have a loose idea of who my characters are. I don't write a lot on my character sheets. I like having a lot of wiggle room to mold the characters to fit the story, and a lot of times I don't really know that much about the characters going in. And then there's sort of the other little fun things I do to prep for November. Something I find really entertaining is creating a cover for my story. I usually do this by looking through free stock photos on the internet or drawing my own illustrations. I also really like making musical playlists for my stories. I usually do this in iTunes or on Spotify. This is something that gets me really excited. Also, when I find myself not wanting to write in November, because that definitely happens at times, I can listen to the playlist, sort of rediscover what I liked about the story, and then power through. The last thing I do to prep for NaNoWriMo is to tell everyone I know that I'm doing NaNoWriMo. I mean everyone. These are the people that when I am in week 3 and I don't want to write anymore, and I tell people I don't want to write anymore, they're the people who are going to hold me accountable and tell me, no, you said you were doing this. You need to be writing. I'd be really interested in hearing how you prep for NaNoWriMo, or if you just don't prep at all. I am one of those people who think NaNoWriMo is a blast. There are people who don't see the point of it, and that's totally okay. Not everyone's gonna get it. But the people who get it, we're the cool kids. I'm just saying.